Hello everyone, I hope you are well. Welcome to my channel. So we're going to jump right into the reading. This is going to be a reading on fasting, and because it's going to be on fasting and health, I'm just going to say legal disclaimer that my readings are for entertainment purposes only and they're not intended to replace professional medical advice. So let's get right into the reading. I'm going to call in the Most High, my spiritual court of my highest good and highest possible path, and we're going to call in Archangel Michael but also Ascended Master Jesus Christ into this reading on the subject of fasting. So how can the collective know when they are being called to do a fast, Spirit? And can we get some insights, messages and guidance on the subject of fasting? Okay, so they're flying out here. I feel like some of you guys obviously we're at the end of the year now, so they want to talk about how we're at the end of the year, and at the end of the year a lot of people are pushed into that purge, so a lot of people tend to get sick, and it's also that seasonal change. So by nature's way, humans should be fasting by each seasonal change. I do believe we're supposed to be fasting like at least every 3 months. So again, that's going to coincide with the seasonal change. But fasting is a part of the human diet. It was always used to be part of the human diet. And in some cultures it still is. And in some religions it still is. In some spiritual paths it is a huge part of the spiritual path to fast for spiritual rejuvenation especially. But it also assists the physical body in purging. It gives it a break from digestion. But also it gives your mind a lot of clarity. So the first card we have here is the open door, Christ within you. So you're going to feel this nudge, this huge nudge and this intuition that you can't ignore from within you that you need to be fasting. You probably will start thinking about fasting a lot. Maybe you'll be coming across content like this or on social media when it comes to fasting. Maybe you're driving, maybe you're going for a walk, maybe you're using the train and you're seeing posters that are connected to fasting or are connected to some sort of cleanse. So with me right now, I've just been on a 2-day juice cleanse. Now I'm going to carry it on with just doing a water cleanse. But they want me to talk a bit about why I first started fasting. So I first started fasting about 10 years ago when I was in the beginning of a spiritual awakening. And I did have issues with eczema. So I literally had eczema head to toe. And I was kind of researching natural ways to help me heal my eczema. And in that time, I went to a Chinese herbalist. So I drank this concoction of very bitter herbs, but they did assist my body in completely like purging out my intestines and colon, and that did calm my eczema down for a while. But because I'd been on steroids for years, unfortunately, and I've been on antibiotics, and then my body started reacting to these pharmaceutical drugs that I was taking. So I knew I was getting that intuitive call that I needed to literally purge these medicines out of my blood, so I can literally like feel it was in my blood. So at first I basically went fruitarian for about 8 months. So I was literally just eating fruit. I think I did also eat porridge, and then I would fast on and off. I would do parasite cleanses, I did full body cleanses, I did heavy metal cleanses. I literally just went into this huge purge and cleanse era. They were asking me to bring this up. So I have been fasting on and off, and I'll do like a herbal fast. So I'll do like a juice cleanse like I'm on now, but I'll also do a water fast. But I'll do these on and off and I'll build it up. So if there's been like a period of months where I haven't fasted or I haven't done a cleanse, then I'll need to ease my body into it, because you don't want to shock your system. You don't want to shock your body, and you don't want to shock your mind or say, yeah, I'm going to do this, and then you don't follow through with it, because then this can make you feel bad about yourself or feel like you don't have any willpower or discipline, when in fact you do. But you need to be easing your mind and your body and your spirit into doing a fast. You don't want to shock yourself. So I would say to start with like intermediate fasting. Spirit are saying I can just see someone who's kind of skipping out on the first few meals, and then you have like a light meal in the evening. So they're saying to do that, to do intermediate fasting at first, just to wean yourself in. And then you would start with like a 1-day fast. Maybe you're doing a juice cleanse, or you're having the juice that's going to assist you in purging your body, and this is going to give your body the minerals and nutrients that it needs. And then you can move on up to maybe a 2-day, 3-day, 5-day, 7-day, whatever you feel your body is intuitively calling you to do, what Christ is calling you to do. Some of you could be dreaming of doves, of white doves or of white birds. You could literally dream of Jesus Christ or some sort of guru or messiah type. Some of you could be dreaming of being in a desert. You could be dreaming of rainbows. But I feel like in the astral realm, when you're dreaming, your subconscious mind is also trying to get across to you that fasting for spiritual rejuvenation is really going to assist you at present on your journey and on your path. And the Spirit is saying here to always trust your gut and always trust your intuition. But they're saying that this will get blocked, and you can't always do this if your body is literally clogged up with old like poo, with old debris. You can't hear it properly. You can't hear it clearly. So your gut and your intuition won't be working properly, which is where a lot of people will be calling to fast. So when you're feeling a bit clouded, and maybe you've even noticed, this is like a sign for me, my eyesight will literally start to go a bit like foggy. I know I wear glasses, but it's even like when I take my glasses off, it's still foggy. When I put them on, it's still foggy. It's like as if I can't see. And this is because my auric field would have been picking up crap and different energies from different people, and it needs to be cleansed. And this is what we forget: our spiritual body, the aura, it does need to be cleansed, not just through prayer and through spiritual discipline, through fasting. This greatly assists in the aura being strengthened, because you're being nourished by the Most High. So when you are fasting, you're not being nourished by food, you're being nourished by God in the Most High. And this is where your spiritual body can really strengthen its armor, can strengthen its divine shield, I'm hearing. And again, they keep pointing to the mountains. So it's like a hike, it's like a trek when you're doing a fast, because particularly if you're doing like one for a few days. Because it does take a lot of courage, a lot of strength, and a lot of discipline, because it's not just about the physical fast. It is also a purge. It's a fast on all levels, because it will clear your mind. You may have old emotions that will come to the surface that you need to sit with, old layers of healing that you thought you'd already gone through that you need to sit with and then fully release. Because it's like when you're testing and your colon is releasing, every other body is also being released as well. So the mental, spiritual, the emotion, they're all going through this fast, they're all going through this purge. So they're saying not to beat yourself up if you're someone who's been trying to fast, or you've been feeling that call to fast and you're really struggling with it. I've written a prayer to assist with fasting, so we'll get into that in a moment. We have here, Jesus, follow my lead, literally. I feel like some of you guys have been dreaming of Jesus, or you can feel this Jesus Messiah type energy heavily present around you. Some of you guys may be finding yourself finding like different scriptures. Like I'm seeing a Bible verse. The Lord is my shepherd, that one, Psalm 23, I think it is. The Lord is my shepherd. You may be coming across these Bible verses, like maybe when you open your social media, it's right there. You may not be a religious person, but you just keep getting all these like Bible verses and these different prayers that are popping up on your feed. I'm seeing on someone's feed, they're just appearing. It's Jesus Christ who is calling you to get closer to him, or get close to the Christ consciousness that exists within you. But this ascended master is walking with a lot of you at the moment. I do feel like some of you are seeing 111 and 1111 and 117 specifically. So 111, 1111, 117. And I feel like when you see these numbers, you've been thinking about your spiritual path, or you've been thinking about fasting. You'll be having these kinds of thoughts when you see these repeating angel numbers. But those of you who are being called to fast, you're being called to fast for different reasons. For some of you, it's because you're about to walk into your new dawn, your abundant era. And in order to be walking into this new dawn and abundant era, you can't be carrying any addictions with you. I'm seeing literally someone stuck with like needles. You can't carry any addictions with you. Now I'm seeing someone carrying loads of bags that they can just about carry by themselves. You can't carry old baggage with you. And this includes any old debris and crap that may be stuck to the intestines and stuck to the colon. Your physical body needs to be completely cleared, and I'm hearing clean slate. You need to be that clean slate in order to walk into the new dawn. Because some of you, where the body will be clogged up, you'll be feeling like a bit sluggish and a bit heavy. And when you're feeling that way, it's hard to believe that you're deserving of certain opportunities that will be coming into your life. And you need to know that you are deserving. You need to know that you are worthy. And also you'll be moving on up to a higher vibration and a higher frequency that you've never been on before. And the physical body, it needs to play catch up. And for the physical body to be in that position to play catch up and be on the same level as your spiritual body, then the physical body needs to be as strong as it can possibly be. And it needs to be speaking through you loud and clear. So again, if your solar plexus is clogged up, if your intestines, your colon are clogged up, it's hard for you to be listening to your intuition. It's hard for you to hear yourself. And this also affects the brain and affects the mind. So you want to be having that clarity of mind when you are moving into your new chapter. What else, Spirit? We have relieving suffering, move beyond pain. And again, we've got the cross. So that's representing Jesus Christ. So Jesus Christ is very heavily letting us know that he is here in this space during this reading, but he is around a lot of you guys. And I have been feeling Jesus Christ energy on the planet very, very heavily. And I'm hearing the Messiah will return, the Messiah will return, the Messiah is already here, the Messiah has returned. It was almost like the Messiah never went anywhere. So this is like somebody's thoughts, like the Messiah will return, and then you're moving into the Messiah is here, and then you're moving into the Messiah never went anywhere. So you're realizing that this Jesus Christ energy has always been on the planet. Even through the chaos, even through the strife, Jesus Christ energy has always been on the planet. But some of you guys could be seeing crosses everywhere. But yeah, the Bible verses, I'm seeing the Bible verses again. So you're seeing Bible verses everywhere, crosses everywhere. This doesn't matter if you're religious or not religious. This will be bombarded within your face right now. Some of you guys could see like a pet or a dog that has like a collar with a cross on it. That's for somebody out there. But again, with the relieving suffering, move beyond pain. So again, fasting is a huge purge on all levels. They keep saying it, but it's going to help you move through any pain that you're holding on to, moving away from old stories or old ways of being or old patterning. You'll be surprised how much just like a simple 1 day or 2 day fast, it can do a lot for your mental body. It can do a lot for your spiritual body. Obviously, it gives your physical body a break from digesting, so then you can focus on other things. And we have here sacred sexuality, healing and connection. So some of you guys may be being called to fast with your partner. Basically, if you were in divine union, or you were with your soulmate, you were with your life partner, you're being asked to fast together. Obviously, then you can support one another, because it does take a lot of discipline, a lot of willpower. And if you're there fasting and then your partner has got all this food around you, it makes it even harder. And you will notice when you are fasting, you will notice that people around you, people that you live with, you're at work, or you're out and about, more people will offer you food. More people be like, oh, do you want some of this? You'll notice that. Obviously, it's the temptation. Particularly when you're fasting for the spiritual rejuvenation, it's going to be the temptation coming from lower level beings, entities, the devil, who don't want to see you rise up into your power, who don't want to see you praying and getting closer to God. So this is coming through for someone. It's also going to help activate your kundalini fasting. It will help activate your kundalini and activate this sacred flame, the spark of God that exists within you. Because fasting removes all these different distractions that you wouldn't necessarily think of, or you start to see the distractions that are out there through fasting. And this is what is going to happen for a lot of you. Again, the white dove is very, very significant. You could be seeing white doves everywhere. And then the next card that's come out with that is spiritual practice, structure and routine. Exactly. It helps you to focus on your spiritual discipline, on your connection to yourself, to your intuition, but to the Most High, to God. And you'll be able to hear yourself more easily and hear God easily while you are fasting. And remember, you asked to be nourished by God while you are fasting, because you're not getting that nourishment from food. And a lot of you, I feel like you're really going to feel held by the divine, really feel held from spirit when you do fast. And this is very, very powerful and overwhelming, because you'll finally feel seen, heard and loved. And you can feel that unconditional love more easier when your body isn't weighed down, when you're feeling sluggish, when you're feeling off. So a lot of you, it'll be a very overwhelming experience, which is why some people kind of put off fasting, or they go to fast and then they break fast soon. Because there's a lot that's coming up to be purged. It's coming up to the surface for release. But it's also this nourishment that you feel from the Most High. Literally, I'm just seeing like a holy light, pure holy light coming down into somebody's crown while they are fasting. And this can be overwhelming, particularly when you first start fasting. And we have at the bottom of the deck, living from the heart, soften and open. Yeah, it will cause, it's like you putting yourself into a spiritual awakening when you're doing a fast. You're cracking your heart open. You're willingly going into like a dark night of the soul. But it shouldn't last that long when you're doing a fast. It'll probably last the first few days. And then when you start getting into it and you realize you can trust your self-discipline, you've got this. Like you're going to see this fast through. You'll have a huge heart awakening. And again, I'm just feeling pure unconditional love from source energy. pure unconditional love that you have for yourself, for your physical body, for your mental body, for your spiritual body. It's like a coming home to self through fasting. And I wanted to recommend a few books. They asked me to recommend you guys a few books. So this book, I think I brought it like 11 years now, but it's called Rational Fasting for Physical, Mental and Spiritual Rejuvenation, The Road to Regeneration. So he's called Arnott, Arnold Arnott. This is what it looks like. This book here. This was literally like my book Bible. Back when I first started fasting, like a good decade ago. But they wanted me to read a passage from this book. So this passage says, "We need only to look to the animal world to learn the importance that wise Mother Nature places in fasting. All sick, seriously ill or wounded animals immediately discontinue eating food and go on a total fast in a secluded place where they can relax from all activity until they have completely regained their health and vigor. This could require a period of time as long as a week or even a month, but their patience is always rewarded with success. Complete fasting without food or water of a number of animals during their long winter hibernation is a well-known phenomenon, and it is even customary for many animals to fast during the nursing period, remaining with their young until weaned. Fasting must be recognized as a natural and safe method of care of the sick body, a method by which the person is enabled to overcome illness through eliminating almost miraculously the cause of the alignment, and yet it can be said that there is nothing miraculous about it. Whether we fast to restore health, gain or lose weight, or merely to retain our present bodily vigor, we soon recognize that fasting is a vital factor through which we may increase our vitality and personal well-being, both mentally and physically." And then there was another line. Where is that one? This one here that they wanted me to read, which says, "Our established lifelong habit of eating by the clock has firmly affixed in our minds the desirability of eating at that precise time. The fact of the matter is that true hunger can only take place when a real need for food exists." Okay, so this book, let me show you it again. I recommend this book. And then he also has another book that I read that kind of goes with it. It's called Mucusless Diet Healing System. So he is a professor when it comes to fasting and healing a lot of diseases. I think he had a fasting center during his time. And he cured a lot of people through fasting. But he says here, every disease, no matter what name it is known by medical science, is constipation. So he believes it's all the mucus that's built up in the body through the foods that we eat that causes a constipation, but also causes all these different diseases that people have. So I'm going to read out my poem or prayer that I wrote for you guys who may be fasting right now, or maybe you feel like you're being called to fast. I'll leave the poem in the description. But I wrote here, fasting prayer. I fast with intention. I fast for spiritual rejuvenation. God nourishes me with holy light. I ask for discipline and strength through abstinence. My body and mind will be cleansed. I will hear my soul loud and clear. No more procrastinating. Christ consciousness fully activated. Through this fast, I know I am enough. I lean into Jesus when I find it tough. After 40 days and 40 nights, temptations were not in sight. No more of being called out on my bluff. I see distractions and nip it in the bud. Fasting allows me to sit with old emotions and wounds. I purge on all levels so that I may bloom. Cravings are curved by the strength of my will. My soul, body and mind know the deal. No demons or devil will drive me round the bend. I will see this fast to an intuitive end. So I'll leave that prayer for you guys in the description. But I've been reading that over and over while I am fasting. I've just done a 2-day fast. Which deck next? But I think I'm going to carry it on. I feel like my body's asking me to fast another day and then I'll break fast. But I always listen to my intuition and the Most High when he's telling me how long to fast for and when I need to break fast. Obviously, if you're ever feeling a bit weak or a bit off during a fast, you need to break your fast and you need to eat. You need to be listening to your body. This is why I'll say you need to wean yourself into it and don't shock your body or overwhelm your body. You can't be just eating like pizza, McDonald's, and then be like, do you know what, I'm going to fast for 7 days, because that's probably not a great idea. And we have the Well of Sigias. I'm seeing this card here. You see, it's like a sacred cave, and it just has water flowing out of it. It's like a mini waterfall, but I'm seeing the holy ground getting cup overfloweth. So something about you guys who are being called to fast right now, this is really going to connect you with your Christ consciousness. This is really going to connect you with yourself. You're going to experience a home, coming home to self, which is very, very powerful. And I can feel that a lot of people will be kind of getting put off from fasting. I'm always feeling now like all these emotions coming up at once. Like I can't even speak. Like I also want to cry. So I feel like a lot of you may be afraid of your own power, or maybe this is a fear that you've experienced in the past and you felt like you'd already worked through this. A fear of being seen and a fear of your own power. This is what's going to be healed through this fast that God is asking you to do right now. And there's a lot of emotion. You see all this overflow. There's an overflow of emotion because your cup is about to be overflowing. Your connection to the divine is about to be unbreakable. Maybe you already thought it was unbreakable, but you realize you're going to be moving up to a whole new level. And for a lot of people, that is scary, particularly when you have those wounds attached to being seen or abandonment wounds, or feeling like you're always invisible, because this is gonna throw you into that limelight, but it's God's limelight. It's like that feeling of being chosen. What else, Spirit? They want to talk about another book that they asked me to recommend during this reading. So it's The Hidden Messages in Water. And he works with consciousness in water and water crystals, and how when water is exposed to different words or different frequencies, different music, how it will produce a different crystal. And in this one here, it has a mobile telephone, and then it has a microwave oven. It's got pictures of crystals, and it says, the distilled water heated in the microwave resulted in a crystal similar to that created by the word Satan. And the water exposed to the mobile telephone can't be much better for your body. So look at these crystals on this page that are resulted from the microwave and the mobile telephone. And the fact here that it says a crystal similar was created by the same crystal that came about from the word Satan. So again, when it comes to fasting, that people often speak of the devil or demons trying to tempt you, trying to get you to eat, trying to get you to break your fast. And it's Jesus who fasted for 40 days and 40 nights who experienced these temptations. So this is why it was channeled in the fasting prayer that I channeled. So temptation is really coming up to the surface. So how can the collective best curb their temptation? Prayer. That's why I kept seeing the Bible verse. Somebody reading the Bible verse. Prayer is going to help a lot of you. Affirmations, they're saying, is going to help a lot of you, but you got to be on top of your game when it comes to prayer. It comes to your affirmations. Like at least they're saying 3 times a day you want to be sitting in prayer or doing your affirmations. What else, Spirit? Can I get a few cards, please, from this deck? We have the Circle of 9. This here looks like Stonehenge or Avesbury, which is near me. So it looks like a sacred site. And again, it's God asking you to connect to the sacred site that exists within you. The Christ consciousness exists within your heart. God wants you to connect to this sacred site that is within you. This sacred and holy land that is inside you. It isn't somewhere outside of yourself that you need to go visit. There's holy land that exists within inside of you. And this is what is going to be realized and activated through this fast that you're being asked to do right now. Which again, I'm getting an overwhelm. Maybe some of you are overwhelmed or you're experiencing anxiety. And Christ is saying fasting will assist your physical body in calming down. It will also assist your mind in becoming more clear, so you know which step to take next, and so you feel more connected with yourself and you feel more anchored and connected to Mother Earth. Because when you're anxious and when you're overwhelmed, you're going to be a bit flighty and out of your body. What else, Spirit? I get one more card from this deck, please. We have the Mound of Wonders, 17. This is what it looks like, which you would be entering into. Once you get past this overwhelm and all these overflowing emotions and these old wounds that are coming to the surface during a fast, and those of you experiencing fear of your own power, once you get past this, you muster up the courage, you walk through this cave. It's like the fasting cave, you walk through that cave. This is what is going to be on the other side. On the other side of your fast. On the other side of your willpower, your strength, your courage. They're talking about the heart of a lion, having the heart of a lion. Once you have proved to yourself and to God that you do have the heart of the lion, that you can do it, and you get to the other side and you come out the other end of the cave, this is what is waiting for you, your new dawn. So some of you could be dreaming of caves. You could be dreaming of portals. You could be dreaming of doors that are lit up like this. So you're being asked right now to prepare yourself to walk into your new dawn. Prepare yourself to walk into your abundant era. Because remember, you need to know that you are worthy and you are deserving. And it helps when you have a very, very strong willpower and you're very connected to that will. Can I get a few cards from this deck, please, Spirit? They're talking about as well with that book, and it was showing the microwave and the mobile phone. Obviously, when you're fasting, you will notice the distractions, or how much time that you spend on your phone, how much time you may spend like watching YouTube, Netflix, TV, whatever it is. You realize and see these distractions more. And they're bringing up an old movie that I watched. I think it's called They Live. But basically, this guy comes across these glasses, and when he puts them on, he's able to see everything, all of the subconscious subliminals that they like constantly programming into people. He sees it more clearly, like he sees obey, he sees consume. It's called They Live. That movie has significance, but it's coming up. So it's like you guys are be able to see. It's like you get new glasses, you get new eyes. Some of you guys could wear glasses like me, but again, they were speaking at the beginning of the reading about a fogginess, like a fog. Being around your eyes or being around your mind, that's a sign that you need to fast. So when you have any confusion, and when this confusion starts getting too much, or maybe you get like really forgetful, it's a sign that you need to be fasting. For some of you guys, it will be like a heaviness within your eyes, or maybe you can't see properly even with your glasses on. You're being called to fast. Obviously constipation, you'll be being called to fast, and doing a juice cleanse will help with that, because it will help push out any old debris. We have here full moon completion, and this is what fasting will bring you into your bloom. A lot of you guys are already coming into your blooming. This is what is happening. You're coming out of that cocoon, but while you were still in that cocoon and you're about to come out, obviously you will be fasting. You'll be getting nutrients from the Creator, from God. So you think of how a baby is in the womb. Obviously, they don't fast. But they're getting their nutrients and their food and everything they need through the mother, through the Creator. They're saying through the Creator. So you're going to be nourished through the Creator. There's an umbilical cord. There's a cord that connects you to God, to the Most High. A lot of you have completed out a cycle. Which is why that last card, it had the 9 on it. So you completed out a cycle, that you're at the end of a cycle, you're at completion, and you can feel this. And it is scary when you're about to move into a whole new cycle, particularly if you're someone who's used to being in the dark, if you're someone who's used to things going wrong and not going right for you, and you're going to be moved into this whole new world and reality. I call it the rainbow reality, that reality that you claim and you choose to align to, and you take those steps that you need to be taken to bring in the desired outcome of the life that you've always dreamt of, the life you've always wanted. Going after your dreams, I'm hearing, going after your dreams. And obviously in order to do that, you need to have a strong body and a strong mind. And fasting is a huge part of the human diet, that particularly in the Western world, that we have forgotten. But also, if you notice about the Western world is very connected from Christ consciousness. The Western world is very disconnected from spirituality, more so than other parts of the world, who are very much still in tune and very in tune with nature. And now they're talking about animals. And I know that passage I read out was saying to look at the example of animals. So animals are very in tune with their primitive nature, but they're also very in tune with their intuition and with their instincts. And they're showing me like a natural disaster, like a tsunami that may be coming. The locals will talk about how the animals, whether wild animals or pets, will start acting very strangely, start acting different, and some of them will even run away. They will flee because they know what's coming. And this is the thing, we need to be tuned into ourselves and to the Most High, so we know what's coming next, so we know how to prepare and what steps to take. What else, Spirit? Because they're reminding me here, we're in a spiritual warfare, we're in a battle. And we are right at the peak. We're right at the turning point. So this is when shit gets real, they're saying. Shit gets real. So we need to be prepared, both personally and collectively. We have here ancestors, generations. So when some of you guys are fasting, Obviously, if you're that black sheep person, or that person within your family who is breaking generational curtains and patterns, you will have more wounds and layers that will come to the surface during a fast. Again, they're saying it's like you put yourself, you volunteer into a spiritual awakening. You volunteer to be going into a dark night of the soul when you're doing a fast, and particularly a long fast, because you're putting yourself through that huge purge in order to reap the rewards of that purge afterwards, which is always going to be a clearer state of mind, which is going to be a stronger connection to your intuition, a stronger connection to God. And it will help assist you to feel more grounded. I know you may think the opposite when you fast, that won't it cause you to be flighting out of your body because you're not putting food into it. No, it will pull you more into your body because you can actually hear your body, you can feel your body. You may realise that there's things going on within your body, misalignment, maybe tension, maybe some pain that you didn't feel before because you kept blocking this with food. Remember that food can be used as a block. And this is what I used to do with food. I would overeat and I would use food to block emotions. Particularly, I noticed I did this when I'm grieving and I lost past over loved ones. I would put on a lot of weight. I would be eating a lot more, because I was trying to block these emotions. That's how I've used food in the past. I would overeat to block feeling certain things, or even with my gift, because I also had a fear of my own power and my own psychic nature. I would eat and eat and eat and eat when I knew I was going through a spiritual awakening and my gifts were coming on board even more. I would eat to kind of repress it because I was getting scared of what I was seeing or what I was picking up, and I was scared of my own power. So for a lot of you, you may have similar fears of being scared of being seen, of your own power. Some of you, I'm getting, you may have abandonment wounds. And these abandonment wounds could be connected with ancestors who may have up and left family members. Maybe this has been a running theme of parents abandoning their children within your bloodline. Maybe on both sides or maybe on one side. But this will be coming to the surface for many of you sitting with any abandonment wounds, or if you feeling like you're invisible. And again, it's that these huge, it's not even angel wings, it's a huge hug from God, from the Most High, and it's very overwhelming because that's unconditional love at its purest form that you don't necessarily feel when you're a human. When you come down from the spirit world and you're in this density, you don't necessarily feel that kind of love. It is very overwhelming, which is why some people may self-sabotage when it comes to fasting. What else, Spirit? Can I get one more card, please, on this deck? We have wind activation. Yeah. Through fasting, you will be activated. And the line from one of my poems was, Christ consciousness fully activated. And this is what will be happening within you. It's like your DNA as well, your blood will go through an activation. You'll awaken those cells that are more connected with a higher vibration. That are more connected with a higher plane of existence, a higher level of consciousness that you're going to need when you're going into the new dawn. They keep talking about the new dawn. So many of you are being asked to purge because your life is about to change. So you're being asked to fast to help you prepare and to help you to have enough space. It's like a fasting as well. It's going to clear all of the crap. It's like a spiritual clean, but inside your body is what they're showing me. So you're creating that space for these blessings and these opportunities to be able to come in. It needs to have a space, and a lot of space. What else, Spirit? Can we get some tips for assistance when fasting? They're saying to do things that connect you to your body. So obviously, while you're fasting, you're probably not going to be able to go to the gym and do that kind of vigorous exercise because you're probably, it's going to make you faint. Your body, while during the fasting process, is not going to be filled up. So it's best not to be doing a lot of vigorous exercise when you're fasting. They're saying that firstly, but they're saying to connect yourself more with your physical body. So I'm seeing someone, it's like you're in a meditative state, but you're also doing movement like yoga. Maybe some of you do intuitive movement or intuitive dance that is very slow, very calming on the body. Some of you could be doing yoga, but they're still wanting you to connect with your physical body. And for some of you, you could be sitting in meditation. It's like you're anchoring, you're pulling your soul. You're pulling your soul more into your body, and you're really anchoring to your body. And you're noticing where you may feel uncomfortable, where you have tension, and you're placing your hand. And there's like holy light coming from your hand, these different parts of the body that you didn't notice you had pain before, or you didn't notice were uncomfortable or tense before, but you can while you're fasting. So they want you to really connect to your physical body through the fast. What else, Spirit? We have ancestor of knowing. This kind of looks like an owl. Some of you guys could be seeing an owl sign everywhere. Maybe you're dreaming of owls and you see how the owl's eyes are like glowing and lit up. And this is the thing, for a lot of you through fasting, I feel like a lot of you are already very psychic, very, very psychic, and through fasting this is going to completely come to the forefront. So it may kind of scare or shock some of you at first. That could be where you sabotage, or you don't fast for as long as you could do if you don't have any health alignments. That's also another thing. If you do have like a certain disease currently that you're going through, if you have any misalignments, any health conditions, if you are on medication, obviously you want to be talking to your doctor when it comes to fasting. Because some medications that you take, you need to be eating food with them. So you don't want to be fasting and taking this medicine. But we have ancestor of knowing. So a lot of you researching, like reading different books when it comes to fasting and researching, just to assist you and find out what's going to work for you. Because maybe you need to do a juice cleanse, maybe you need to do a fast but where you take herbs, like a parasite cleanse or a full body cleanse. Maybe some of you need to do a water cleanse. Maybe some of you just need to have like a few days where you're literally just eating fruit or vegetables. We have a very, very clean diet, and some of you may just need to do intermediate fasting. So you need to be researching and working out what resonates with you, what calls out to you, what you feel your body needs when it comes to fasting. Now remember that it is your body. You want to be listening to your body, listening to your intuition and not the opinions and the voices of other people. We have all the temptations of lower level entities, because when you're fasting they will try and tempt you more. When you are fasting you're probably going to see them and hear these kinds of energies more, and how they work and how they move through people around you, like family members, friends who may be in a lower vibration, are more susceptible to allowing these kind of energies to move through them. We have dancer of fear, exactly. So you want to be, obviously that I haven't said all of that, Spirit haven't channeled that through me to put anyone in fear. Again, they're saying we're in spiritual warfare, and everyone is a soul, whether they believe it or not. Everyone is a soul having a human experience, and you're a part of this warfare. You're a part of this battle because you're on the planet right now at this significant time in human history. The Spirit are wanting more and more people, and more people are having the courage and strength to face up to their fears and their demons. And through fasting, it allows you to bring old wounds. They keep saying old wounds to the surface. Things that you thought you'd already worked through, they all come to the surface, because you're going into that cocoon, you're going into that cave, you're going into that void. And then when you come out, you'll come out as a new person, you'll come out reborn, you'll come out rebirthed. And talking about the resurrection, you will be resurrected through fasting. And obviously the more you're fasting, the more you do it, the more you will get better at it, the more you will strengthen your willpower and your courage in order to do it, in order to put yourself in that cave, in the void. The easier it will become. And the more I'm hearing, the more success you will have each time you come out of the fast, because you're strengthening that connection to the Most High and yourself. So you're already worthy, but you become like more worthy, because you're getting closer and closer to your higher self. You know, like now they're talking about babies, like newborn babies and toddlers, and you know how everybody wants to go and meet the new baby, everybody wants to hold the baby, everyone's always around their baby, like, oh my god, you're so cute. And it's like, and these babies' souls, they know that they're cute, they know they're deserving of all this love, they know they're deserving of all this adoration, because they're fresh out the spirit world, so they're very, very connected to their soul. They're showing me that for some reason. So maybe some of you, while you're in this cave, you're going to be brought back to that vulnerable state of being a baby, of being a child, and coming through and remembering that you are a soul and what you came here to do. So again, fasting helps you to unlock the remembrance, because when we're in this realm, when we're on Mother Earth, it's very, very dense, and it's easy to forget who you are and why you came here, what you came here to do, what is held within your blueprint that you have the potential to achieve in this lifetime. Because everybody has different gifts and talents. And sometimes you don't know what these gifts and talents are because you're too clogged up. It's like they're shrouded in a mystery. Or in a fog. I keep seeing that fog. It's particularly around this area, around the head, around the crown, a fog. So it really helps to clear this fog. It's like an auric cleanse. And they're showing me There's this game, I think it was on the Wii. It was a game that me and my brother and my cousins used to play a lot when one of the first Wiis came out. But there was this game, it was like washing the window or something. It would come up on the screen, and obviously you would use the controller. It would have all this muck, and you had to like quickly get all this muck away a certain amount of time. And then there was spray all the soap on. You had to get the soap away until you got a really like clean window. And we're obviously all trying to beat each other and get the best time. But they're bringing this up in my head. It was like they're washing away all the crap. Obviously that's what fasting does. It does it on the physical level, on the emotional level, on the mental level, and on the spiritual body. They keep showing me the auric field. It cleans the auric field. So you may notice after a fast, we come out of a fast, you can see more I noticed this. My eyesight just becomes sharper. It's like my eyes start to heal naturally, and I can see better. And everything has more colour. Everything has more life. Because obviously then I have more life within me. Because all of the old like feces that have been like lingering around are just hardened. They can't get out, because that does happen. They start to release, and it starts to come out. So it's like a new lease of life. What else, Spirit? And you'll notice as well that you won't actually always be hungry all the time. Like, obviously, we're told to have breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then snack in between. That is a lot. And when you're fasting, you realise you don't actually need all of this food. Like today, I'm on the 3rd day of a fast. I am not hungry at all. My stomach hasn't rumbled at all. That's why I'm like, okay, I don't need to break the fast. And I can feel my body still purging. It's still getting rid of stuff. What else, Spirit? Are you done with this deck? Yeah. Move on to this deck here. Can we get a few cards for the collective in regards to fasting, please, Spirit? I can hear Jesus Christ very strongly. He is here. Keep saying, lean into me. Lean into me. I've got you. Lean into me. Some of you guys will be feeling Jesus Christ around you. You could be dreaming of him. That keeps coming through for somebody. What else, Spirit? Or of the cross. You could be dreaming of the cross, which obviously is connected to Jesus Christ. We have Mars, drive, energy, and passion. And this is it. It's calling on that Mars energy, that Ares energy. And I'm hearing Aries. Some of you could be in Aries. But it's calling on that fire spirit, that sacred flame of the Most High that exists within anyone. You need to tap into this willpower, tap into this spirit, and muster the courage to get yourself through this fast. Get yourself through this purge. And it's a death and rebirth. Again, you come out of a fast, reborn. Something would have been realized within you. And your body, you allow your body to heal. You give your body a break from digesting. You allow your body to heal. And you can really feel into yourself, into your body, into your mind, but into your spirit too. Some of you guys may realize that went through fasting, your creative ability will really awaken. Maybe you get a lot more done when you're fasting. Because obviously you're not thinking about, oh, I need to prepare this food. I need to cook. I need to eat now. I need to have a break to eat now. Obviously you can put all of your focus on what you need to get done. So it's really going to help a lot of you guys, particularly who are entrepreneurs and you've got like creative projects. Because it's a purge of your solar plexus, so your creative ability can then shine through instead of being dimmed by this heaviness or by this blocked energy. What else, Spirit? You may notice when you overeat, obviously your stomach, but your solar plexus, it goes like very, very tight. So it's not just affecting your stomach, it's affecting your solar plexus. And it can even like sting if you overeat, if you're eating too much. What else, Spirit? One more card, please, from this deck. Thank you. Black Moon, Lilith in Gemini. Liberate your truth. And again, they're talking about how it assists the physical body. So some people do fast as part of losing weight, as their losing weight journey. And you see how they do have beautiful physiques on this card. So for some of you who are doing it for your physical body, it's going to help with your physical body goals. It's going to get you one step closer to that goal you want to reach of the desired body that you've always wanted. And obviously you don't hear, they're saying be careful here, you don't want to be starving yourself to lose weight. That's not fasting for spiritual rejuvenation. God will not ask you to starve yourself just so you can get a better looking body. That's not of the Most High. And also as they're bringing up eating disorders like bulimia and anorexia. So bulimia, anorexia, and people who will starve themselves with the intention of losing weight, these are all more connected with the lower vibration, the lower entities of the devil. Whereas God is only ever going to ask you to fast for spiritual, mental rejuvenation. to bring you closer to yourself, closer to him, and to help heal any health alignments. Obviously, lower energies aren't interested in any of that. So you need to have your discernment. But liberate your truth. So for a lot of you, it's going to help you be your authentic self and come into your truth the more you're fasting. They're saying it's a good idea to be fasting on the day that you were born. So the day of the week that you were born, to do like a fast or a cleanse on that day. They're talking about how that connects you to your essence. It connects you to your spirit. It connects you to your remembrance, and it connects you to the womb. And it connects you to with the energy of that day that you were born on, that you will carry within your spirit, because obviously there's a significance to the day that you were born on. Some of you may be researching the day that you were born on, and what phase the moon was in on that day may benefit you or help you along your path. But again, fasting, it will liberate you to feeling more comfortable and being yourself. And obviously, because it's adding to your willpower, so then you're going to have more strength and courage to show up in the world as who you really are, and not have to hide behind masks or facades, or repress things in order to fit in with a certain society, or to fit in with family members, to fit in with certain friends, to fit in with certain colleagues. We're going to close out the reading. They asked me to use the black dark mirror deck. I'm going to get one card on this deck. What do the collective need to hear when it comes to fasting, Spirit? Thank you. We have fated to suffer. Oh my God, look at that. It's like literally like the devil and these demons and these entities offering her an apple. So again, like I said, when you're on a fast, you'll have more people who will be offering you food. And it isn't necessarily that they are the devil. It's just these energies and this temptation will move through them to test you, to test your willpower, to test you're actually ready to be fasting, to be on this path. And she's kind of pondering. She's like, I don't know if I should eat it, if I should take it. And this is the thing. You would think, even though because it's healthy, it's an apple, it's a fruit. Doesn't matter what it is. If you set that intention to fast, you need to be seeing that through, or trying your best to see that through. And some of you as well, you could, you see it says here, fated to suffer. So you could be saying these things to yourself. Maybe you've got these like harmful thoughts going around your head that you aren't worthy, that you aren't deserving of anything. And you are, but in order for the Christ consciousness, in order for the holy thoughts I'm hearing to get through, come down into your crown and get through to you, you need to be unblocking yourself, and fasting is really going to help with that. It's going to empty up the space so God can come through and fill up this space. At the moment, if I'm just seeing someone stuffing in their mouth, if you're overeating or if you're using food to block some emotions, it's easier for these lower level entities to get through and to infiltrate your mind. And it makes it harder for you to connect to your intuition and harder for you to connect to the Most High. There are a lot of you that are feeling called to fast. It's very important that you curb any temptations and you see the fast through. And remember that you are enough, that you do have a strong will, that you can lean on the Most High, on your spiritual core, on your ancestors of your highest good and highest possible path. And remember that Jesus Christ, Ascended Master Jesus Christ, is around you at present. His energy is on this plane at present very, very heavily. Because he's waking humanity up to realize that we all have that guru, we all have that Messiah within ourselves, and we need to be connecting with ourselves and going within, because this is where the answer lies, this is where the key lies. So a lot of you through fasting, you're going to find that key that's going to open a certain door, and this door leads you to your cornucopia. This door leads you to your abundance. This door leads you to a truth that's going to set you free. Which is why this fast and you being called to fast, and that does feel like a big deal. It does feel quite overwhelming. So do be easy on yourself. Be graceful with yourself. Remember to do your research. Don't want to be putting your body into shock. You want to be safe when it comes to fasting or any type of cleanse. Is that it, Spirit? Yeah. So that is all the messages that came through. I hope that did help somebody out there, and I will see you in another video.